I'm actually gonna study. I'm gonna study. I'm gonna study chapter 1 today, and I could not find my highlighter. I don't know if you guys can't tell, but I'm in a hotel right now. I am traveling for work, so that is where I am, and I don't have any highlighters with me. I thought I brought some, but I didn't. But I have my handy pen, so that's what I'm gonna use. I already started looking over some stuff, and I was like, okay, let me record, because I said I was gonna record, but oh my god, like okay. Everything that I highlighted are things that he said that we are going to absolutely need to know. And then with this book that I got from this program, at the end of each chapter there are little practice quizzes. And yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to just go through all of the highlighted part, familiarize myself with those parts, and then look at the questions that he told us to focus on. So that's how I'm studying today. So okay, farming. I feel like I got farming down packed. Farming is basically just finding an area, a neighborhood, and then specializing in that neighborhood. Passing out postcards, your card, and just say that you're the specialist in that neighborhood. That's all that it is. So that it's like your target market, your target area. Okay. And then the next topic that I have highlighted is valuation and market conditions. Oh my god, my eyeballs. Oh, I think I had something on my hand and now it's burning. Oh god. Valuation and market conditions. This section of the chapter talks about CMA, which is comparative market analysis, which is basically you have to know the value of certain things, which the math that we learned on Saturday was the comparable math. That's what this has to do with. You have to know, or you have to have an estimate of the value on certain things based on the recent sales within that, with similar properties within that same neighborhood. So let me see. A CMA may not be referred to as an appraisal, because an appraisal and an appraiser, we're not, as real estate agents, we are not appraisers. We cannot do appraisals, but we can use the CMA to give us an estimate, an estimated value. I gotta take this off. It's giving me a headache. All right. Next on here is marketing. Markets are constantly changing. Knowing where the market is. Okay, so basically you have to know where and how to market a property. Supply and demand relationships are ever changing. This section talks about the MLS, the multiple listing service system, which is a tool, an extensive marketing tool for real estate agents to use, and it gives you like thousands and thousands of potential buyers around the world and houses that are available for sale or lease on a local and state level. In addition to market data and statistics, so I guess it has all of those things plus market data and statistics. I don't think that's going to be on any test, but just knowing what the MLS is, I believe will be on at least one of the tests. So oh god, I'm getting a phone call. Hold on. Okay. Yeah. I kind of lost my train of thought. Let me see. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Well, that was marketing. I don't have anything highlighted on this page. This page, though, talks about appraising. So I'm actually going to underline that. Appraising is the process of developing an opinion of value or real property. I actually don't think I needed to underline that because that's pretty easy to remember. An appraiser conducts an independent, impartial, and objective analysis based on research and data. Yeah. Okay. Now we are on construction and development. There are 3 phases of development and construction: land acquisition, subdividing, and development. Okay. Developers will often acquire land and subdivide it into streets, lots, and sometimes blocks. Each street is named and each block and lot is numbered. Okay, I don't think I need to know that. The ownership of streets and sidewalks is typically conveyed by the developer to the city or county upon completion. Okay, so this one I want to... The ownership of streets and sidewalks is typically conveyed by a developer to the city or county upon completion of construction. This transfer of ownership is referred to as dedication and gives the public the right of use. So dedication is when the ownership of streets and sidewalks is transferred to the city or the county, and that gives the public the right to use it. Okay, one thing that I have highlighted on this page is tract building. Tract building is when a developer acquires a large tract of land, records a subdivision plat map, and uses a model center from which sales may be made. Don't know what that was. Okay. And then this chapter goes into professional organizations for real estate. So there's the NAR, the National Association of Realtors. Let me see. NAR is the nation's largest trade and professional association with the group of preserving the right of individuals to own real property. Members of the NAR are called realtors. So to be called a realtor, you have to be a member of the NAR. All right. So realtor is trademarked. It's a registered trademark. And only members of the NAR can use the term realtor. So if you're not a member of the NAR, you can't use the term realtor. Another organization is called Florida Association of Realtors, which is FAR. It's the largest trade association in the state of Florida. That's where I am. So FAR does all its business as Florida Realtors. Okay. And then another one is Local Association of Realtors. From my understanding, based on how the instructor explained it, this is like the local board. And he said that for us, it's going to be down in Miami. And we have to join. You don't have a choice. And it's $800 a year or every 2 years. Something like that. Okay, government regulation. There's 3 levels of government regulation. And this says the role of government and its effect on the real estate industry cannot be overlooked. So let's go down all the levels. The local level is the planning and zoning, property taxation, building, and health code regulation. The local government bodies can also impose a moratorium or temporary delay for a building project. So they can impose a temporary delay for a building project due to environmental concerns or making sure that there are adequate utilities in place to support any type of new development that's going on in that. So the local level, I guess that's where you get your building permits. Building permits would be held until, the building permits would be held until these situations are corrected. So Yeah. Oh, ooh, that startled me. Next level, state level. At the state level, developments of regional impact. Okay, it's just saying these different people play a role. So at the state level, roads, waterways are all impacted on the state level. On the federal level, let's see, monetary policy adopted by the federal Reserve has a daily influence. Okay, so legislation that affects operation lending. Okay. I'm not sure I understand what the federal level means, but so I'm just gonna skip that one. Okay, so now we made it to the end of chapter 1. Yay! And I'm going to go through the highlighted questions, but I'm also going to go through the non-highlighted questions, but I'm going to go through the highlighted questions first. Okay, so when a developer completes construction of a new subdivision, all streets, electric, water, and sewer installations are finished and deeded to the city or county. When a developer completes construction of a new subdivision, all streets. Oh, okay, so that's a dedication. I just read that. That's actually right here. Right here. The owner of streets and sidewalks is typically conveyed by a developer to the city or county upon completion of a construction of a subdivision. So when a developer completes construction of a new subdivision, all streets, electric, water, and sewer installations are finished and deeded to the city or the county. That is called dedication. What does the term farming refer to in real estate? Farming is specialized